Okay. Ask at fixed. Okay, let's fix the giveaway. How is this gonna work? So I could have a something like this. Async function validate username. It's not username, validate Steam account. So it'd be like this. Oh wait, but yeah, it's probably okay. Hey, maybe that's too much spam, huh? Also, why did Stream Elements say that? Okay, hang on. Stream Elements, don't say that. Give away off. It's a raffle. Off, okay. Yeah, that's too much spam. Okay. Wishlist Fat Goblins on Steam. Can make it send slower. This. Wishlist Fat Goblins on Steam. Steam URL account name. Should not. Should not matter. It's so much text. I don't know how to reduce this. For username, yeah, it shouldn't matter. I think. I mean, I think it shouldn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, 3 things is okay. I'll leave it like this. I don't need this. Probably. Because it says it on the website, I think. Giveaway. You want me to message a Steam key on... If you win, you message Steam key on Twitch when the game releases. Okay. Okay, well. That's kind of what I'm fixing now. That's probably not... So there's a difference between username and account vanity URL username. So you need your account vanity URL username, and that's what I'm trying to fix. So this is Steam URL account name. I don't know how to word this. Steam has like a bunch of different things to refer to an account. Steam account ID. Steam account ID. I mean, that would work. That's way more specific, but it's not. Steam URL account name. Steam, I guess. I don't know how to explain this to people. This is not easy. It's not your account name, it's your vanity URL address. Like, Steam makes it so hard. Okay, but let's try and fix that now. So validate account. I think I'm getting sick. Use your unique Steam account name. Okay, so we will say account ID is wait validate Steam account. Wait, that's uh-oh. Remember the number string? Yeah, so if you have a number string and not a vanity URL, it doesn't currently work for you. So you'll have to wait till I finish this. So I'm not talking about the number string, but if you do not have a vanity URL, then Steam gives you a number string. So that just means it won't work at the moment. So please hold. So I guess actually this returns nothing. It returns this, or this, or this, or account ID. So what you actually have there is your account ID. So you can technically skip all this stuff. So if it did not find an account ID from your thing, we're going to try and get your wish list. Get wish list data. So it's going to do response. What the fuck is success? It's fine, I guess. Uh-oh. So this kind of has to return multiple things, so that's kind of a problem. So this has to return potential error message. I guess I could just return this always. Yeah, that's probably fine. So I will return the wish list data, and if you do not get back wish list data, you will say this. Okay, let's do that. Otherwise, you return a response. Yep. Wish list data is await get wish list data. I love JavaScript. If there's no account, okay, that's not exactly right. We'll do that in a minute. We don't need this. So you get your wish list data. If there's no wish list data. Yeah, I didn't know all this stuff about Steam. Steam makes this kind of thing incredibly hard to do. But that's why I think it makes the most sense to provide your actual URL, which is what people will be allowed to do soon. Okay, so you get your wish list data. If there's not wish list data, you say this. Otherwise, finally, you do all this. Wait, no, if not that, or response success. There's two. Because I want to verify people wishlist it. Otherwise, you could have anyone just enter the thing, and I'm sure they would. The whole point of this is I'm not trying to like grow my stream, I'm trying to grow my wish lists. Account ID or whatever. Did I do that right? If it's two, yeah, I guess so. Okay, let me check real quick what the wishlist data thing returns. I don't think there's anything called success. There's not. Okay, interesting. Huh. So maybe I say if success. That will probably work. Alright, so you do this. Not find your Steam account name. If you couldn't find your account name, then you try and get the wish list. Get wish list data account. Wait a minute, or this. Okay. Not need this here. Guess I don't need this here. This will probably work. Okay, so then the last thing is, how do I do this? I think I want to do it here. If username contains, I don't know how to do this in JavaScript. Let me go look it up. JS string contains. Includes a slash. I guess I need to encode URI component. Let me try it in my browser. Let me take a random address and encode URI component. Yeah, that does remove slashes. Okay. So I'm going to try to parse the username out from this thing. Oh wait, this goes actually here. So if, I guess I should say if it includes steamcommunity.com. Maybe. Because you don't necessarily have a slash, I think. So parts is account, and it's a, I'm doing this wrong. There we go. Split that. But that, you don't have to do that, right? I think. Can't you have some normal slashes? I guess not. Okay, anyways. So then you find the thing that either says ID or profiles. ID or profiles. If parts to lowercase equals ID, or parts I to lowercase is profiles. If I, how do I do this? If I is less than parts be like this. Username becomes parts I plus 1 to lowercase. Okay. Break. Okay, let me try this real quick. Let me run my stuff. front end, so I will say try server 80. Then node server. Oh, I hope this doesn't matter. I just refreshed my access token. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Local hosts. Let me try this person's account that did not work. I'll make quick with the crash. I'll make the request to the server. What's happening? Test. It is never saying anything. It's actually not making the request to the server. So this is a front end issue. So that would be this guy. Is it starting on port 1080? 1081. Oh, that's basically my fault. Okay, I guess I gotta say port is, how do you do this? Window location. Protocol. Window location protocol is includes HTTPS, then 1080, otherwise 1081. So like this. Let's try again. This guy has account name. Cannot find your Steam account. And when I did this, it said lots of stuff. Found username. That looks right. Failed. Request failed. Failed at backend 197. I wonder what the entire path it's trying to do is. Like that actually should have worked. I think it's found username. Actually, I don't know. Bad response. Let me try to check the entire path. Go again. No. Oh. I meant to say... That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say, so you get your account ID. Yeah, okay. If it couldn't get your account ID this way, it assumes your account ID is your username. What's the best way to do this? And then basically, no matter what, make this request down here. And then... No, because there's different errors. Okay, so if it couldn't get your account ID, whatever, we'll use your username. That's fine. If it still couldn't get it at this point, it errors out. Otherwise, it might have it. Okay, otherwise it might have it. So if it doesn't have it, now we try again with your account ID that it found. Okay, this makes sense. So we try again. I think this will work now. Enter. You have to wish list Fat Goblins to be included. Okay. So that worked. And in fact, Fat Goblins is not wish listed. Let me double check. Okay, well that seemingly worked. Okay, so I think he legitimately doesn't have it wish listed. So I'll have him sanity check that. All right. And then last thing I want to try here is just his. Yeah, that worked too. Cool. Uh-oh. Double checked. Maybe, oh, it is there. Maybe there's a pagination number. That would be bad. Let me print out the games that I found. Okay, let's see here. That didn't print very much stuff. I think, okay, I get it. I get it. Response. It's not called response anymore. That's the problem. God damn it, JavaScript. Okay, check through these games. We just go through and print out game.names. There's too many things. It's a log info.name. Am I crazy? Fat Goblins is not on here, right? And this is the right wish list. Like, wait, it's not the right wish list. What? Wait, yes, it is. I think where'd this go? I think the wishlist thing doesn't include every game. Steam API wishlist. Let me find a random game like this. Yeah, Fat Goblins is like the only one not included. Why? So it's API Steam powered, whatever. Oh, so I think I need to provide it a key and a format, even though I really technically shouldn't have to do that. To be like this API key is Steam API key, format is JSON, right? JSON, yeah. So this is Steam key. Let's try that one more time then. Okay, is it included now? Now do I get more stuff? Well, it says it's still not included. I see that error. Okay, so it's not. So why? Wish list. This seemingly just doesn't work. Yeah, there's nothing to do with wish list. I guess I'll search wish list. Write an API call. This is resolve nickname. That's going to return a list of things. It's not useful. Steamcommunity.com ID / whatever / wish list. I'll try that instead. Let's see what happens. So they say maybe it sounds like this and format JSON equals 1. I don't think that's right. Am I like the only person that is using this API? Format is JSON. I'll try that instead. Yeah, that does not work. It's unofficial API endpoint. Yeah, I could check for pagination, I guess. I really don't think it has pagination, but Steam is a good company. JSON lint. Or rather, let's just do this. I can do it here. Test format. So there's a chance this thing has something that refers to pagination. And it does not look like it. Okay, so otherwise, pagination, I'm gonna have to close each one of these games. And eventually something might have to do with pagination. Wait, let me try one more thing. In the Steam unofficial API, return the specify the return count or request more data. Continue. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's too much data here. What did that say? Something weird. Wow, I'm not even close to done. Okay, I'm not doing this. Try and scroll through. I collapse all. No. I could try. I'll try adding count. Let me try page 2. Page 2. I don't think that worked. Page 3. It's like changing something. Okay. Count equals 100. Nope, none of this is working. Let me do this. I have an idea. I'm gonna actually go to the wishlist page. Let me open my networking tab. So let me go to the very top. Sort order. Maybe I could try sort equals date added. Let's try that. Did not work. Did not work. Okay. Wishlist profiles. That's the GET request, and then you request wishlist data p ? question mark P equals 1. Okay. I don't know what V equals 5 means. Wishlist data, question mark P equals 1. There we go. That worked. Wow. That's crazy. What is the wishlist count? If, okay, console, I think it's gonna have to do with this, by the way. I guess I could just always try to get more data. That would maybe make the most sense since I don't know when their API is gonna change. Games. So at this point, I will say, actually, I can just always do this. Get your games. Ooh, how do I do this properly? I guess in the... okay, I can do it here, probably. Yeah, that should be fine. Page equals 0. While true, it will break out of this, or I don't need that. P equals page. Okay. If response and not response success for everything, it's called response dot what? I guess this basically. Games push, I guess I'll push game name. Or just the entire game JSON. Otherwise, return games. And then return, just always return games. Oh, I see the problem. So it's going to be like this. This should be fine. Then, if you do get a valid response, page increment. Okay, this should work now. Wishlist games is now what it is. If not wishlist game. So in JavaScript, what happens when you say not empty array? That's true. Well, fuck. This isn't exactly what I want. I have to change this to do it perfectly. I'm surprised people are watching this stream. So here's my games. Basically, if this doesn't work, it's kind of hard to say here. I actually, if this doesn't work, I want to break or do nothing. Break. Howdy. Hey, secret Google spy. How's it going? So we're going to continually try to request this stuff. And the thing is, I guess I'll have valid response false. So if you got something correct here, valid response can become true. Otherwise, if you're done with it, break. If you caught, you automatically break. If not valid response, turn nothing, turn games. That'll work probably. I'm trying to account for the case where someone, it successfully got someone's wish list, but somehow they have literally 0 games. I don't think this is right. That's not right. It's not. It's this, right? If not response or not response success. Success is actually the error code. If not response or response success, okay. Game ID in response, push the games into the games list. It's now valid response. And I did that wrong. You break. If this is not true, then push the games, valid response is true, increment the page, try again. Okay. And do this stuff, sure. If not this, or... Actually, it's just that. Not find your Steam account, so that's not true either now. Okay. If this name is Fat Goblins found. Hey Goku, I'm implementing a GLB and now textures is left. I was wondering about having lists in shaders and just pass ID using attributes. The way I think you're referring to doing it is a kind of normal method to do it. Especially in some engines, they use like a super shader thing where, so like you don't want to, how do I word it? You don't want to change shader programs when you can avoid it, because I think the logic here, so changing shader programs is expensive. And I think the reason is because when you don't change a shader program, your whole GPU is doing that one thing, and it can parallelize everything doing that one thing. So it can be rendering like multiple objects at the same time, I'm pretty sure. So a lot of people use one giant shader to render their whole game. And so they'll have like an if statement in there, which is like an ID attribute for an object, and the ID attribute will correspond to a shader. And so inside your Giga shader thing, you will have some branch that checks the ID and does its own stuff. And in that case, you would end up passing in like an array of textures. And essentially, yeah, you could render all of your textures. You could render all of your like materials that use whatever shaders using whatever textures in one shader by passing in IDs to all the stuff. So that is a valid way to do it. That's not what I did. Yeah, so for me, I have something that's like a default shader lookup for, so I store my attributes. So like you see when you load your GLB, it gives you attributes back, which will be like position, normal, text chord. I have attributes. I have default shaders for my attributes. So when you load a model, it'll track its attributes. And then if it has a texture, it puts the texture in my model's uniform data. So that's like its own thing. When you render the model, it applies all the uniforms. So I actually have separate shader programs and passes for all this stuff. So that's not as efficient, but yeah. And then I'm using default shaders based on attributes. And if I need to overwrite the shader, I give it a property called shader, a custom GLB property. And then I look up, if it has a shader property, I assign a specific shader to it. That's all. Okay, let's try this now. Let's see, go back to my, give me a minute because I think this should work now. So let's go to this guy's profile again and blah, and enter. Damn it, didn't work. Console.log response page. I don't really want to look at response. I want to look at like maybe object keys length. That should work, I think. Oh, I didn't restart the server. Is that why it didn't work? Okay, let me just try again. Enter. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's infinitely spinning. I seem to have fucked something up. Okay, let me cancel this. Does this really mess up? If you didn't get you await your response. If you didn't get a response, break. And just continue. What? Guess I should have fixed this last night. Didn't know this was an issue. Oh, so it's giving it valid responses, but the length of the thing is 0. So valid response is true. So then if, how do I even say this? I guess, yeah, object keys, which is an allocation, by the way. Yay, JavaScript. If this length is 0, break. But it is a valid response, so we got to do this. I guess I could say found games false. No reason I can't do this, really. If not found games, break. Boom. You've entered the giveaway. Cool, thanks. I'm trying to batch everything. But I looked at Dota render doc and they have like 6,000 draw calls, but that's DX11. Looks like they don't try to batch anything. I think there are some situations where draw calls aren't as bad, but you're right that draw calls are bad. But like, I think if you're using Vulkan, for example, I don't know about DX11 or whatever, but if you're using Vulkan, I think you can do some things where basically the draw call itself becomes negligible. So it's almost like an immediate mode graphics pipeline. Which I mean, it is, but maybe you know what I mean. But so, that's one thing. The other thing is draw calls also are way less bad the smaller a thing is, I think. So yeah, my everything on DX, everything is on GPU or something. Where it should be on GPU for you anyways. Okay, anyways, this is done. Let me get, I guess this is done. Console log. I thought it was done before. Did I get rid of all the print statements? I feel like I did not. I guess I did. Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay, his things are not included. And look up name ID URL. And then what? Better wording. Let me go real quick. This is, yeah, this part's not on stream. Hang on. I gotta first. Whoops. Ignore the noises. Pull this shit, and then, what is it? PM2 reload 0. That's fine, I guess. And then bar Twitch something front end. And that's done. Okay, I don't know if it worked. I guess I should say, can someone try it? Can someone try the raffle? Because I accidentally refreshed the access tokens, but I don't actually know if it matters. I guess I could do PM2 log Oh, well, it did type stuff, so I guess it's working. Try what? The raffle. Well, you gotta put your Steam name or click the website. Okay, so last thing before I actually start working on the game, I just want to swap out real quick this little Fat Goblins thing with giveaway. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me tell him it should work now, by the way, if you want to try one more time. Is there a reason that to make that 3 messages instead of 1? I don't know. I guess not. I guess not. I would say the new lines help. Does it not help? I guess if they want to enter the raffle, they'll read it. Okay, fine. It's so fucking long of a message. Okay, so it's not multiple messages now, so that's no multi-message. What's called Twitch say channel message. It's called Twitch, right? Yeah. Okay, that should work then. So fine. One more time. Message. And then Twitch something for the master. Video 0. Alright, there you go. That's isn't that hard to read? Am I crazy? That's worse, isn't it? I think I could combine the second and third message, maybe. That's too much to read? Yeah. I think I'll combine 2 and 3, though. Right? One more time. Message. Lord, your master. Especially the number string. That works too. You can say your vanity URL profile name, your account ID, or your entire URL. You're not supposed to, yeah, so anything should work now. That was a change I just did. So yes, that's okay. Hopefully. Let me be sure this worked and John got invited and he did not. So let me also forward this to John. Is the API, is it a different API from the one on the website? API? What are you asking exactly? Hang on, I gotta do some of my email real quick. Oh, it's actually, you're talking about when you go look at your wish list? Is that what you mean? The API endpoint they call? Like the Twitch way of entering compared to the giveaway. Oh, it's exactly the same. The API, I just added the website because I could. And how the fuck do I invite someone else to this meeting? I added the API endpoint because I could, and there's so many people lurk in my channel. Like I usually have 30 to 40 viewers and like 2 people will be talking. So I figured those people don't want to type to enter the giveaway. That was my thought process. This is forwarded, whatever. Okay, now time to work on stuff. Hopefully, so this should work now. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, that should have worked. That should have worked. Profiles. Okay, I guess it's not time to work on stuff yet. So it includes themecommunity.com, and then it goes and looks for profiles. You split by slashes, it looks for profiles. If parts I guess, oh, this is probably it. I did that wrong, right? If it's greater than equal to I. No, because then if it's, no, that would mean I is, in fact, it's even worse than that, right? It's supposed to be this, so stripping slashes, yeah, split does strip the slashes. Well, why the fuck did that not work? So you get your account ID. It will not find one. Wait, am I stupid? This validates Steam account. Oh, I'm just stupid. This, I don't actually think this was the issue because you're providing your account ID, but I am stupid, so this had to be like this. Await validate Steam account. If you don't have that, you try to get your wishlist games. If there's no wishlist games, it says could not find Steam URL account ID. Yeah, so this was definitely not the problem. But this was a bug. Account ID is the thing. If there's no account ID, you try to get it just based on your username. If it works, you continue. You skip that entirely. This, I guess, should be here. Doesn't matter, though. Then you go through the things, find Fat Goblins. Okay, well, I'm gonna try your account and see what's happening. So let's look at username first of all, and then let's look at account ID. So start it back up. I guess refreshing the access token somehow magically affects nothing. I don't understand how, but that seems to be what's happening. Okay, localhost. Cannot find your thing. That is valid. Oh. I think I know the problem. I think when I'm getting the wishlist data from your username, which is the first thing, so that's correct. You're getting wishlist data, whatever. I want to look at the response is going to say like response success 2. Yeah, definitely it is. Okay, I can do this then. So you just say response. So watch magically. So the problem is, I'm pretty sure your wishlist is private. What, did I not print it? While true, blah blah blah. Response. Restart. Why am I not seeing anything? Maybe it's actually erroring. It is erroring. Error bad response. Okay. Okay, there you go. Someone entered. I'll combine those two. You can enter multiple times using channel points. The giveaway can be entered. Yeah, let me check your wish list data. I would think it's private, but I do not, or maybe your entire account is private. That would also make sense. It would be one of those issues. I hope the people that are entering the wish list are not entering. Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this on stream. I guess I gotta finish fast. They might be entering. I guess I can upload their entries locally from my local account here to the server so they're counted. Okay. Go take your profile ID and go swap this out and look at your success 2. Okay, yeah, so p equals 0. So it's failing. But it's not erroring like this thing says it is. Wishlist profiles, account ID. Even though it errors, does it have a response, I wonder? Internal server error. Okay, so that's just like definitely not right. Uh-oh. I guess I can just say that anyways. Is that fine? I don't know. Way up. Attempt fix server. Okay. And reload. So I think, Golden Lion, your profile is either your entire profile is private or your wish list is private. So I think if I try again right now with your account, there, okay, at least it says something. So there you go. Okay. I'm gonna be done with this for now, I think, unless there's actually errors. I'm just gonna fix this tonight at like midnight. And then I'll re-upload anyone's stuff who got uploaded here. So task add, what is the first thing I'm doing today? I kind of want to make Dashy look better, but it's kind of useless. Dash swirlies effects. Realistic weapon hitbox attempt. Those are the only two things I have planned today. So let's open Fat Goblins. Shh. Do not save. Okay. So that's enough for the wish list. Swirlies. So I have an idea of how to do this. Oh, and Secret Google Spy, you were talking about they preload a bunch of stuff. You're still here. I think that is a reasonable and good way to do it if your game is under a certain like GPU memory size, which it almost definitely should be, unless you're some AAA game. That's what I do also. I preload all the stuff onto the GPU except the runes area, because you rarely need that. I preload everything, and when you enter a specific like map, I unload some things. But for the most part, I just preload everything in my game, and it takes like half a second to launch. So that's all. Okay, so I'm gonna make this thing gigantic. And then... Actually, I don't even know how to do this. First, I think I need to subdivide it a lot. Like this. This might be enough. Oops. I'm gonna try something like, there's a way to get it to follow a path. Curve. I do not have a curve object. Is there a better way to do it then? I think no. What does this do? Interesting. Guess I can add a curve. So how do I edit this thing? This is kind of what I need. I've never done this. Oh, I get it. Can I subdivide this somehow? Oh, neat. And then can I, oh, you can do that too. Nice, I'm pressing the buttons and they're working. You know, the wish list thing doesn't seem to be going so well. I thought more people would be wish listing from randomly in the game dev category. So extend that guy down here somewhere. My other concern was also because basically I stream, you know, Jai development and custom engine game development. Most of the people that probably watch me are like relatively very successful software engineers, and they are not exactly the category of viewer that would want a free game. So that's also true. This looks okay to me. I think I'm gonna stick it like this, and this one go over here like this. Okay, this looks reasonable. Yay. People are doing it. And be sure my local bot's not running. It is not good. It's actually going on the server. Yeah, I'm in. Woo. Yeah, if anyone's having trouble with it today, then let me know because it's basically being live tested. Does this look okay? I feel like the curve could be better, but it's gonna be... This is okay. Also, whoops, I forgot that... Yeah. I forgot about this dimension. I guess I could just select all this stuff and just scale it in the whatever axis this is. Y, 0. That works. It says my profile is private. Is your profile private? That could be, it could be an issue with my code. Everything is public except friends list. Is your game data public? If your game data is public, then my advice is try incognito. I can see my wish list. My advice is try your entire profile URL. And also, if that doesn't work, if your profile URL, okay, can you message me on Twitch your Steam profile and I'll look at it tonight off stream? Because it's probably a bug with my thing. Steam has like 50 million ways to fucking get profile information. They're all different and stuff, so. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna attach it to this curve, I guess. Okay, that did not exactly work. I'm surprised how poorly this... I guess I can... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's cool. Okay, but now I'm realizing I kind of do need this guy to go like GY a little bit, a little bit. Oh wait, no, this is actually okay. It's working. People are doing it. Wow. I wonder how many people are doing it though, and it's not working. And they're just not commenting. Well. Okay, here is something. This can definitely look better. In a lot of ways. Make it this part much larger. Like this is okay. And then this stuff has got to get rotated. That one's actually, yeah, that gets rotated that way. Maybe this is a genius marketing idea. Okay, the other thing that's really not good about this is the way these end. It has to kind of be... I think I want it... What the fuck happened here? I think it's backwards, right? Yeah. Wait, no? It's just too strong. I want it to go down at the end. All of this will make sense in a minute. So like this, yes. This one... I don't know what to do with this one. Up. Okay, so now let's try this guy. Drag him over here. Scale X so he goes further or something. Okay. Shrink him. This doesn't look so good. How can I send you a message on Twitch? You know, I don't know. But I know you can. If you can't, are you in? You can I mean, if you can find any way to message me, or if you're fine pasting your profile here, I will check it after stream. But yeah, Discord's fine. Or just DM me also. I'll get your message. So this goes back towards where it came from. This is probably okay. I think it's too skinny. Something about it looks really off to me though. Okay, I'll try this out first of all. And I now realize, I hope I did this right. I probably did not, and it might be too late, but it doesn't matter because this is just a cube. I can do it this way. Okay, so we're gonna say UV editing. Wait. Assign a material. I should have a gradient image somewhere like on my desktop or something. Gradient. Okay, presumably that is now a gradient. So I'm going to go into yes edit mode like this and then say top. That's fine. Select everything, unwrap. I want to unwrap from my view. It shouldn't be that hard to do this. Top down. Steam lets you do custom profile URL. I have one set, but it didn't work with that. However, the numerical ID did indeed work. Okay. Interesting. Fuck. If it's easy for you to do, if you can send me a message somehow, it doesn't matter how, or in the chat, or private Twitch message with your vanity URL, I'll check it out, because it should work. It's a problem if it's not working. I don't understand why this is not letting me unwrap from view. I've seen this option a million times. I do not understand what's happening. Project from view, that's what it's called. Okay. There we go. So I want this to be like this. So it's vertical in some direction. I'm going to constrain it to image bounds. I'll stick it in the top left as much as I can. And then I will, yeah, I think my voice is dying. I think I'm actually sick. That sucks. Bottom left, I mean. And then transform from the 2D cursor so I can scale it. Go. As much as I can here. And same with this. And that's about as good as I will get it. So, flat texture view. Yeah, Steam is weird with its username situation. Yep. I'll send you the URL. Thanks. Appreciate it. I'm gonna save this. Hey, wait, that's not supposed to be white. I don't think it matters. It's probably white because it's repeat. If I make it clip, there we go. Linear, flat, this is all fine. Okay, so this looks okay to me. I think I'm gonna grab both of these and move them both. So it's kind of centered. It'll spin around the origin. That looks okay. So here's my little spinny thing. Let's save this. Wind swirl. Guess. And export GLB. I can just export this thing as an OBJ. Yep, let's do that. Selected only, UV coordinates, normals. I don't need normals. I do need triangulate, no material, and that's all. Okay. Okay, I got your message. Thanks. Got one of your messages. So now, this is probably not where this should live. I kind of want to start splitting things up. Yeah, let's do that right now. So I'm just going to make wind manager. I don't actually know if it has an update method. Scope file. So I'm going to have, this will be an instanced model of, it's not just raw data, and also, so wind manager initialize init graphics manager. What do? You initialize. So you initialize. You know what I should have it do occasionally? Let me go edit this real quick, so I'm getting distracted. I'm gonna make... Wait, this is so dumb. I'm gonna set up stream elements to occasionally say exclamation mark giveaway. Because I bet there's some people just sitting in here. No offline. Actually, I could do it. No, offline. I want it to do it on a timer, and did I do it right? Yeah, we'll see. Okay, I think it might start saying it every 10 or 15 minutes. So I will load this here. I want to, there's like so much shit in the graphics manager because I load actually everything here, and that's, things should have ownership of their own things that they use. So basically this shouldn't be how this works at all. It's like this, for example, is basically what I'm doing. The shader is going to have some stuff too, yeah. And then at the very end of this is where I'm going to kind of defer this to other things. So this will be wind manager initialize. So the graphics manager will be responsible for loading, for example, things that other graphics depends on, like generic noise textures. That's the idea. Geometry. it's called this. It's not supposed to be a dash. Wait, so what is it in the raw thing? Okay. OBJ. This is the hash file to check if it needs to reload. Yep. And then it loads the geometry. I will say, maybe I can do it here. We'll try this first. Okay, GPU. So this GPU data is going to correspond to other particles. So for example, this. So this is basically what it is. Has the model matrix and it has a progress value. That is all. So this instance model has this GPU data. So I think it should all be called wind. Like this. This makes sense to me. Yep. I don't know if I actually need any of that. This, however, is a wind swirl shader. Cool face actually is yes. We only want to render the valid parts of this thing. And this looks like everything to me. Okay, so let's start making the shader, I guess. Or maybe I should make it just, you know what, just for fun. I'm gonna make it start drawing these randomly for now. So then when I actually make the shader and hook it up, hopefully we will see something. So I'm already kind of doing this with something called like dust particle system. Spawn and render dust particles. So I want to see where this is happening. Gameplay transparent. Because I want to be sure it's happening, yes, in the title scene. Okay, so it will be. So dust particles, this is not technically transparent though. So what else does the title scene do? Transparent depth. This would make the most sense. I would say it's transparent depth. And it's going to be like, I think, entirely opaque, so I can just go here, I guess. Dust particle spawn. It's not dust, it's a wind. Render. And then it has to update. It could. I don't actually know if it has to update. So I guess I'll have it. I probably should update. Okay. Let's just not do it. We'll see what happens. It'll at least be able to render. So I'll have like a last spawn time. This is not so easy to do though. So I guess I'll say like the current spawn time that it's trying to spawn at. That's essentially time over spawn interval. And so I guess if the current spawn time is greater than the last spawn time, update it and spawn one. So based on this logic, it actually should be a particle system, but it's fine either way. Position vector 3. I guess it will... I am not entirely sure how to do this. I think what I want to do is give it a position and a velocity. And actually, I'm going to allow the velocity to update because that would be really cool. So like if you swing your sword, it'll kind of push the wind particles as you swing, which is really not hard to do at all. So now it does have a reason to update actually. So, okay, fair enough. Blah, blah, blah. I guess this, I would say, counts as an ability. Something like this would be fine. And then in the title scene, update. This update method? Yeah, this method is kind of fucked. Oh well. Like this method does nothing with clouds or anything. Oh well. So I will just go through these guys, and actually I will go through them. This is a pointer to wind fish efficient remove. So is this, no wait. This is the data we're going to be sticking into the instanced thing. So it's the GPU data. You have to calculate this per frame. Actually, so you have to calculate this per frame. This goes in the render method, so I'll do that next. I guess I can copy it though. So I need to interpolate this. I guess it'd be like this. It's using a position interp. Okay. So you set its position to last position plus last velocity times delta time. And when you set that, you give it a time, I think first. That's how the interpolator works. But also, they last like 1 second each, maybe? Remove. Okay. Float 64. So I will allow you to give it a position, and I think a velocity will be optional. So I'll do it this way. I need to start removing this. I guess it's going to be bad that the code is like different, but fine, I'll keep it. You shouldn't pass in time to anything because a few streams ago I made time part of the context, but it's weird to have mismatched code like that, so I'm gonna have to take a day and change everything. So this is if you want to give it a velocity. In which case, when manager spawn, the default velocity of the map is going to be something. Get default wind velocity direction. Oh, it is velocity. So if complete, what is it called? Map info case grass map. This is something like positive Z. I do not know. Something like that. Okay. Mountain map is the same, probably, but faster. Rune map is probably no wind at all. Yeah, the bot works. Okay. Get the default wind velocity. So there we go. Now, I don't think I can do this way. I have to create a new one and set its position. Because it's interpolated. So now that I do have an update method, I can do this here. Current spawn time is whatever. If your spawn time is more than that, set it to your new spawn time. I guess that's fine to say. Yes, and then we will get your random position the same way the dust particle system does, which is, this is super jank, by the way, but oh well. The level AABB, which is valid, and then you just get some random position between like the bottom half, bottom quarter and top quarter. Yeah. Position is then that times a random value. Okay, that should work. Time, position, that's it. It's a default one. Okay, that's all set up. Now we just render them. So let's construct the GPU thing. GPU progress, I will clamp that between time minus start over swirl duration 0 and 1. Organization matrix 4 of yeah, how do I do this? Get the interpolated position at the time, and it is a client thing. So this is okay. Rotation is get velocity this is also interpolated, but because it's velocity, which is like the next derivative of the thing, it's linearly interpolated. So wait, let's call that velocity. And then you get the rotation from the velocity. So make rotation quaternion from the velocity, which this is a valid function call. Rotate that quaternion. That's it. Let's add it into the list. See, I feel like the way my game is currently set up, I have to type too much. So there's a lot of typing. Set instances of this guy to GPUs and draw. That should work. Let's try it out. Start my servers. Start my game eventually. Uh-oh. Undeclared. Oh, so this is still the VS Code issue. Time to restart VS Code. I need to fix this. I need to downgrade my VS Code so I don't have to do this every time. Okay. The manager 6. That. Oh. Squirrel GPU. And there's no shader yet. Okay, let me make the shader before I continue. I am going to copy this guy for now. Lots of stuff. This looks right, actually. This looks right. I'll give it a time. That's right. I don't really need to do anything at the moment besides that. None of this at all. This would then be model times a position. It does not have a normal, actually. I think. Don't think I care about this. Don't care about this. Maybe I do. Okay, I'll leave that. The rest of this doesn't matter. And all you say is 1, 1, 1. That's all I'm doing for now. Okay. It is after wind shader, which is a thing apparently. What is, wait, did I just make that? No, this is something. Oh, I was trying to do screen space when. Okay. So then it's technically after weapon trail. And it needs a current map, which does not include sky enabled, so it needs something like this. Which means when you recalculate the map, it goes here. Okay. And I'm probably gonna have to restart VS Code. Let's try it. Loss of information. Yeah, that's true. Set instances of a thing to the GPU list. Oh, it's a double pointer. That's not what I meant to do. when I load it, yeah, that looks right. User call did not match anything. Oh, yeah, that's true. When you're updating your interpolated position, you have to give it your new velocity, which is not changing for the moment. And there we go. Gotta restart. I hate this. Does it work? There it is. My wind. It is... I was imagining it would go the other way for some reason. So I guess I'll make it do that. So that's one thing. So it would go this way, and that makes me realize this actually goes in something like -X direction. Maybe this bot spams too much. I don't know. So that's probably, this is probably X, which should be forward and backward on that map. So that makes sense. And this is also way too fast. Way too fast, like 10 times too fast. That one can maybe be like 4 times faster then. Okay, and then lastly, this is something... Yeah, so we're gonna apply these transformations. Apply that transformation. Uh-oh. Can I apply both? Uh-oh. I guess I don't have to apply this one. I applied this, that's what matters. Okay, so now, can I rotate both of you? Yes. So when you go positive, okay, that is the correct direction now. It's gonna have to be something like that. Looks okay. And apply you again. So here is this, and then I don't know how to do this. 0.1. Shit. Okay. Let's try exporting this guy now. Selected UV, no materials, yes, triangulate, export. Let's try again. Just listen to this. Okay. Interesting. They don't last long enough at all. And like, of course they look bad at the moment, but that's fine. They look really bad at the moment. Okay, and they're still way too big. The way too big problem, I guess I will just end up fixing with scale. So I always forget. Scale does go after rotation. 0.2 or something. And then the duration has to be like 8 times this long maybe. And it already has a progress value, so yeah, so how do I do this? I guess what I'll end up doing is passing this along to the fragment shader. So you would say it is not flat, it is just out vec2 vtex. I want to stop saying v. So this is atex. Okay. So the way I'm going to try to do this for now I'm going to have a front progress, which is going to be, I don't actually need time, I just need progress, right? So this is flat. Flat out float progress. Flat in float progress. So the progress becomes a particle progress. And I also don't want to say particle anymore for these things. Okay. There's my progress value, fix all the naming, its position text chord. This looks correct. So the front progress is going to immediately go through the thing. So this will be progress times 4. And I'm going to clamp this to 0 to 1. That's fine. And back progress. This one is the opposite of this. One minus progress times 4 is 0 to 1, except... No, this is not exactly right. It needs to stick to 0. How do I do this? It needs to be like 0, 0, 0 to 1. So I have to make it -3. So it would be... Right? I did it wrong. This is -4 and then -3. So eventually it goes to 1 is all that happens. I guess so. We will try this then. So there's 2 steps. This part is what I'm gonna mess up. Opacity is step. This is front progress of texture y coordinate. Definitely gonna mess this up. Let's do one at a time then. Discard. So it's gonna be something like this. I'm gonna guess at the moment, just for fun. Multiply, get your opacity, multiply your opacity by another step, which is back progress, text chord y, and this is gonna be, I think, negative. 2 negatives. So I'll test that next. Okay, let me go find some swirlies. There's one. They're hard to find. There's one. Shit. So what this is actually seeming to be the back progress. So whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyways, that worked. That worked. So that's the back progress. It instantly snaps to 100% visibility, and then the back part slowly like loops in. So to make this easier to see, let's make it like 5 times longer. Okay, let's go find another one. There should be a lot. In fact, I don't know what's happening. Oh, what's happening is that the math is not right. So my other guess is 1 minus 1 minus. I think that does... Actually, isn't that the same? I think it is the same. What if I just do this again? Okay, they're snapping into existence for sure. Yeah. Not good. In that case, let's try just the back progress. So I guess let me actually think about what's happening. This one goes from 0 to 1 immediately. Oh, wait. If front progress goes from 0 to 1 immediately, this is not right. You have to be the opposite of it. You have to be on the other side of the step, I guess. I should probably just make it a smooth step. Maybe. So now I should see them come into existence. I do see one over there. Okay. I, to be honest, can't tell if that's... It is staying in this entire visible state for a... Okay. Yeah, it does seem like this works. Got it. That works. Okay, now we'll go back to this other version of progress, which is it has to be on this side of it. So now I should see... It should just... They should all just instantly exist. And then it should fade out in the opposite way. Eventually. Wait. Come back. Eventually it's going to fade out. Okay, I guess I made the duration a bit too long. There it goes. Yay. Yay. That looks good. So now I should be allowed to multiply these together. And then it does not need to be half a minute. Okay, okay, back to the game. So it like kind of works, but I think it needs to be all one fell swoop. So like right now I have it lingering for quite a while, and also it just looks really bad. It looks really bad. Yeah, so the making it not linger would be this. This is effectively, this part goes from 0 to 0.25, and this part goes from 0.75 to 1. So what I want to have it do is go from 0 to 0.6 and then 0.4 to 1. Okay, so before that, I'll say const float in duration. Let's float out duration. So I guess this would be over in duration. This one is trickier though. This is definitely over out duration, but then what? How do you come to this number? It would be out duration 1 over out duration minus 1. So that would give you 4. Yeah, that would give you 4 minus 1 gives you 3. There's probably a way to simplify this, but okay, anyways, so that's good. Now let me try, if I just change these to 0.6, what happens? The math is probably right now. Okay, I need to find one that's... Oh yeah, look, that looks pretty good. I should probably make it spawn somewhere, like, coherent. So I can debug this without writing this, like, flying around the map stupidly. Work. Thanks for the follow. So what I will say... I can do it here. If floor time minus spawn I'll spawn it on its duration. Okay, so this is a bit awkward. You say if this is not equal to time minus dt over this. I think this means you need to spawn one, I think. And the position I'm going to spawn it at is 0, 4, 0. I think my giveaway bot's broken. Let's go over to 0. There it is. Wait. Okay. This looks not good. So I think I'm gonna... I don't even know. Random offset or something. Random scales. Random get 0 to 1 open times. This? That's a scale offset though. That should be okay to add. So this is actually then a random offset. So that's one thing. It also lasts too long. Maybe doesn't go fast enough. And it's too thick. So the thickness I can fix. Okay, except it's fucking it all up. And I actually, yeah, there's a lot about this that looks bad at the moment. Maybe it needs to be subdivided even more, to be honest. Okay, this bot is spamming too much. I'm going to slow it down. That's annoying. Every 30 minutes. Hey, thanks for the follow. I was fixing my bot. All right. So I am going to try subdividing, I guess. And I want to do the kind of subdivision that makes it a circle. Yeah, which is this one. A Wiggler. Yeah, tell me if that works, Wiggler. I've had conflicting reports. There's definitely some stuff with that I need to fix. Oh, what the? I meant not X? Yeah. This looks okay. Definitely some stuff about this still doesn't look great. Yay, I guess it worked for you. Nice. Okay, this looks okay again. Some parts of this look not okay. The bot is basically my plan to try and get the people that lurk in my channel to actually wishlist. That was the thought process here. Whoops. We'll see. Why can't I not? Okay, not X. There we go. We'll see if it works. I expect it does not work actually, but we'll try it. Moving this one little bit. Oh, that's the start of it. That's why moving this one little bit affects it a lot. This looks not right, this one. Okay. Oops. Okay, this is maybe a better... This part looks too flat to me now. How do I unflatten this bit here? Bring this down. Make it stronger. That, and then this can go way out or something. This can go way lower. Okay, that's, you know, something. And this bit then looks like maybe not rotated enough. Wrong. Okay. I'm almost done with this. I think. I just want this guy to go down more. Okay, like that. Okay, this one maybe goes up too high then. Just a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we'll try this. And lastly, actually, this one then is too much in that direction. It looks better. Export again. Selected UV triangulate export. What is this viral thing you're working on? Hey, Crystal. It's wind effects. So first of all, it's wind effects for wind, and then I'm going to use it when you dash. So you have dash effects. So there should be one that always spawns. So it's this thing. You see it playing out. It does not look good. It's going too fast, for sure. Yeah. I have one always spawning in the middle. It looks okay. I think it needs to start fading out sooner. I think it might have been what it was. Yeah, time to spend all my channel points. Yeah. I also added a timeout bot, which I haven't tested the timeout bot nearly as much as the raffle bot, but the timeout bot should work. I think you're on the right path. The shape looks great. Thanks. Yeah, I think it's mostly a shader issue at the moment. So if the end duration lasts for 60% of its lifetime, I think maybe this can just last 80% of its lifetime. Okay. That makes sense, and then let's make it... I think this should have dynamic lifetimes and speeds based on that. So this will be a duration. Get default wind velocity duration. Okay, so this is not how this is going to work. This is then... I'm essentially modifying this by... It's either 0.0005. It's 0005 in one of the two directions, which is 25% of this. So instead you would say 0.5 minus 2.5 and just this, I mean, clearly, yeah, this is fine. So from negative 0.25 to positive 0.25 plus 1. And so you take this guy times this. Okay. And now it has to have other stuff with it. So the duration is going to, I guess, just be the duration times random. It's not. It's this now. That's actually what it is. This one doesn't exist. Never mind, Lamount? Wait, why never mind? I just read your comment, Widgeler. Is it too expensive? I actually have no idea how the price of that compares to how quickly people get channel points. I have no idea. Okay, so now when I create a thing, I have to pass this duration into it, which... Duration. Duration. So you would say this, and you just give it these two things. And that's a float. Now, I never check this. I check... Oh. This is okay. It's okay to spawn it on this interval. That one doesn't matter, but this one should be... Because this is the debug. Alright. Randomal. You. Yeah, this also changed. Get wind velocity, to get wind velocity at duration. Right, back to 0, 0, 0. Oh, something's not right with my math or something. It disappears. That one didn't. That one didn't. I think my progress value is not right. Yeah, that would be it. My progress value. Yeah, whoops. It's supposed to be this, not duration. It doesn't look good. And I know why. Okay, so a couple things have to happen. I actually have to take this guy and extend this bit a lot. And it's fine that it gets warped for now. Whoops, 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 whoops. Yay, someone did it. Something like this. Okay. And then I have to take this guy and actually scale it this way. Like that. Okay. So there's a reason for this. And it will make sense in the shader code. Looks really stupid right now, but it shouldn't in a minute. Okay. It's also off-centered, I realize. Guess I can just fix that. It's supposed to be like that, maybe. I can apply your transform again. There we go. Export again, OBJ. So what's gonna happen is this start progress maybe both progresses, but at least the end progress, so the beginning here, actually is 1.0. But you take this and you want it to how does this work? You want it to what at the end? You want it to kind of come in linearly, and then I think maybe the whole thing is linear. And then the end progress is not linear, but what is it? Definitely then it's like exponential, so it comes in slowly. So at the very least, I would say this would be the opposite of exponential if it's anything. But this one is definitely something like how 4. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so this should probably work. This might need to be 1.0 though, but we'll see. Okay, so what does it look like now? That's not exactly right. No, close. Actually, it's pretty close. I think this one just maybe is not a square root. And I'll change one thing at a time. Okay, that's something. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted it to do. The last thing I'm gonna try. Hey, Nathan, thanks for the prime, man.
Job's done.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm gonna try making this 1.0.
Work.
Thanks for the follow. Oh, that didn't look right. So this is -0. This is just a linear progress, so I guess it should be maybe POW2. We'll try that next. That doesn't look right either. You can't even see it complete the circle. When I made it 4, it didn't look right at all. That still doesn't look right. I could try making it 2 and add back this delay. Just think if I had shader hot loading. It'd be so nice. Uh-oh. Yeah. Still not right. Keyboard. That command I don't have. Guess I could add it. How do I make this better? I will try PAL3 maybe. Let me add that command. I usually try to add commands when people type them. So hang on. I use a What are my switches though? Hmm. Hang on. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what my switches are. I don't remember the name of it. But I should have. Yeah, that's not it. Okay, well. I don't know. Wait, it's something pink. I'm gonna have to figure it out tonight and add it that way. With. Oh wait, is it box pink? Which there's only like one company that has something box pink. Kale. Okay. Kale box pink switches. I figured it out. Yay. There you go. New command is added. I think those are the right switches. If you listen to a video of it and that does not sound right, then tell me, but I'm pretty sure I recognize the name box pink. Okay, so let me try this again. I made it 0.8 to the power of 3. Okay. That looks good to me, I think. It's will either last too long or it's too slow. So I'd say it lasts too long. So let's just cut the duration in half. Okay. It's okay. For the rest of the map, how's it look when I run around? Okay, the rest of the map does not look okay. For some reason. It's like distracting. I think the opacity, I am allowed to do this. I think the opacity needs to be half. And it maybe I need to increase the speed by half and the duration gets cut in half. One that comes with either Halo True switches or Get Around Yellows. I'm pretty sure. No, I replaced my switches. I do not use the ones that come with it. Okay, this doesn't look good either. It like ends way too fast. So that would be the power 3 thing. How long ago did you start learning game dev? Many years ago. Like I started for fun in high school, I think, or middle school even. So what? So like 15 or 16 years ago, I think. This looks okay. For some reason, this looks like really aggressive to me. What about when I run around the map? What they would normally look like when I find them? I kind of never find them naturally. Why do I never see them anymore? There's one. The spawn rate must be horrible. So I guess I could set this spawn interval to like 1, and that with this math, that would just automatically floor this over 1 if it's greater than that. So wait, what? That maybe this math is wrong. Hang on. I think it might be wrong. It's maybe supposed to be the seal of this over the spawn interval. Oh wait, this is definitely wrong. Take this, multiply it back out by that. So this is the number of counts, right? So then you can do minus that one more time. But that's the you're wanting the current time. So that's not right either. Fuck. Oh, so I see. It was actually kind of right. This is like the interval spawn. So I don't even know what to call that. It's not time. Whatever. So if this thing over the spawn interval, so if you do 1, so okay, this will work then. So this will be, if I do spawn interval is 1, every single tick will spawn something. So that'll be good enough. Give me Happy Wars vibes, and Lord knows I miss that game. For sure, adding wishlist. Thanks, man. Yeah, I play Happy Wars. I think Happy Wars is inspired by Fat Princess, which this game is inspired by Fat Princess. So I'm not surprised. Thanks for the follow. It is somewhat Happy Wars-y. I also technically have a first-person mode, but I don't know how. I don't know if this is gonna stay in the game or not. Thanks for the follow. So yeah, these little spirals look like really aggressive to me, like I said. And okay. I'm not really so sure what to do about that to make them not as aggressive feeling. I think I need a function. Okay, so right now, this is linear. Let's try this. We'll try something real quick here. We'll say this is square root of x. This is my first curve, which that doesn't look good enough to me. So maybe 1 minus 1 minus x squared. Okay, that looks better. Now this one I'm gonna try to, so this is like the curve I have at the moment. I think it looks aggressive because of this bit ending so much faster than this ends. So I'm gonna try to do something like, I needed to start at 0, yeah. So sine of something times 3.1459 times 0.5. That's not right. So it'll be cosine of this. This is my plan. Make it curve up this way. And I'm trying to be sure it never overlaps. And it does not seem to me like it does, because if it overlaps, it gets really weird. So okay, we'll try this then. So it's 1 minus x squared. Okay, hang on. One minus that, and this guy becomes cosine of back progress times 3.1459 something 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 u pi times pi plus pi times 0.5 plus 0.5. Okay. We try again. I'm pretty sure the distance between the two curves is not enough now, and the distance is where it's visible. So if I go back to the center, where I should be spawning one forever. Actually, that looks okay, and it does kind of slow down at the end. I think it's really fast now or something. So let's try a couple things. The speed I can slow back down, maybe to this again. And the duration, if it's going slower, I'll try the same duration. I'm just curious. Yeah, maybe not enough. Doubling it might be bad. I am not 100% sure how I'm gonna make it be affected by weapons. Math-wise, it's not hard to do that. This is probably okay. That one in the middle always spawns, so like judging it based on that is not great. The other thing is it's actually too skinny because at a distance, sometimes you can see gaps in it. So I will have to scale it up by not Y. Just a little bit. Something like that. could also make it larger. Wait, that changes it? How does that? No, it doesn't. All right, export again. Okay, well, this is just about done. Okay. Yeah, there's no missing gaps ever now, as far as I can tell. Mostly. I actually don't feel like this adds a lot to the level. It's probably okay. Yeah, so that's fine. Now, let's save this. Commit added error swirlies. I'm gonna try to use these if I can when you dash. There's the OBJ. Okay. I have an idea before that. Okay, so first I'm actually going to get a snack and some water, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. And then I'm going to try to make your weapons affect it, because that just sounds fun. I think I can do it in a generic way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do this in a generic way where everything in the game that's a hitbox affects it. So we'll try that in a minute. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. So let's just take one more look at it and then do the thing. Looks okay. I wonder if the speeds are not different enough. Maybe the speed difference should be like 50%. So the speeds can be 50% different. Hey, Mendoza. But the duration should not be. Okay, so we'll do this. So it'll be like that. Makes sense to me. And duration multiplier is this times a 0.25. Because this goes from 0 to 1, or -1 to 1, I mean. So there's velocity, and there's... So they are based on the same thing. Yeah, but... they're based on the same thing, but different scales. So that's okay. I'm gonna spawn a shit ton of these because I need to see how the weapons affect them, and there's not enough right now. Let's do this. 10 times longer. 10 times more. So I think basically 100 times more. That is a lot. Hey, why'd you say test? Why'd you do that? Oh, it's lagging. It's lagging a lot. Minus 8K, nice. I bet this lag is logic lag. Maybe I'm underestimating this kind of thing. I mean, there are like 100 times as many on the screen, but... I actually did not expect it to lag. Don't need that now. So when you render, it just gets this stuff, which this is all fine. This could be expensive. What can I do about it though? Nothing. And set the instances and draw. I guess I should try timing this. I think this is what's going to be lagging it. Something here. So let's try a couple things. Start this seconds. Simpson it. So we will say spawning took do it again. Updating took and again. I'm gonna check this entire thing, I guess. Print render prep took is kind of what it is. We'll try that. Yeah, I thought about making the raffle entry thing refund you automatically. Okay, let's let it spawn these. Let's get it going. My FPS is dropping. Okay, it's kind of at a stable... It's like forever going down. This might be a bug. If it keeps going down, maybe it's stable at 26. Yeah, it seems stable at 26. Maybe it's not a bug. Thought it might be like a memory leak. Going up, in fact. Okay, it seems stable. So all this stuff, yeah, render prep took... These are seconds, by the way. So render prep took 30 milliseconds. That is a very long time. I guess I'll say for... What is the length of this? I mean, this is actually a lot of math it's doing. It has to interpolate the position, interpolate the velocity, make a rotation quaternion with a velocity. This is actually a lot of stuff. And then matrix math is not simple either. I could, though, I guess this would technically help. Could pre-reserve it with the count of this. Would help a little bit. Which, considering there are probably like 10,000 of these, it should help maybe a lot. Although, no, not really. It shouldn't help that much because it's allocating the temporary buffer is like not slow. I mean, I'm also just testing this though. So yeah, there are 10,000. That did not help, but oh well. There's basically no part of this I can improve, but that's fine. I'm just trying to test some stuff out. So what I will do is not spawn this many for now, or forever. And if I want these to be updatable by swinging your sword, maybe that's not worth it. Let me lower everything back down to its correct amount and see how many there are. Yeah, it's not worth it because it'd be fun to write the code for that. But like, when can you ever actually do that? They're never even on my level. Oh well. Okay, so we won't do that. Man, it would have been pretty fun though. 128, that's not that bad to just go through linearly like this. Okay, continuing. When you dash, I'm going to try to do this for dashes. I don't know if it's going to look good at all. So both of these are dashes. I have this apply dash thing. No, I won't do it there. What is the correct way to do this? Correct way to do this is I calculate a random x offset and a random y offset. Okay, I guess I can do this. If this is something I'm going to start doing for every dash in the game, technically it should be like here, I think. Wind manager spawn for dash. So you would give it a time. And I guess you would give it a goblin. That would be the easiest thing to do. And a speed? Okay. This might be all I need. Goblin, time, goblin, and speed. I don't know. Length of your last velocity. I guess I'll try this. Yeah, I don't think this giveaway is working so well. So x offset is random get 0 to 1 open times something like the width of the goblin is probably like 0.2. And then y offset. The height of the goblin, I'm just going to go with like 1.6. Okay. So you would construct a vector 3 actually. And the goblin, I think, by default, should be facing negative z. Hey Goko, how's it going? Wait, you came by earlier. This is x offset and then y offset, and this is gonna, I'm gonna guess this is 0.2, which is putting it behind the goblin by 0.2. So now I will construct, I can just rotate this by the goblin's rotation. Make rotation quaternion. Of his velocity. That might work. Offset is rotate. I forgot how this works. What goes where in the quaternion rotation? Quaternion goes last. Okay. Except not right. Close. I'm trying to calculate the position right now. So I need like a ground velocity, which is this guy's x and z. That's not even right. No, that is right. I was thinking I wanted to appear behind him in rotation, but no. I want it to appear behind him in velocity. So something like this. And now I'll get the quaternion from ground velocity. So that'll be offset rotation. Wait, whoops. Okay. And then I will normalize your velocity multiplied by your speed, I guess, which is actually just your velocity, but whatever. Because I might do something else with it later. Okay, I'm gonna skip this and I might just go to a different playlist. Let's go to this. This is fine. So velocity is okay, whatever. I have this stuff. Now I can probably spawn it if I did this right, which I still do not know. Yeah, so I am going to take the speed and multiply it by half. So I don't want it to stay exactly aligned with you. I want it to fall behind you. Okay. This might work. This might not be wide enough, but we'll see. So I'm going to spawn it at time. This is just offset, by the way, so it's actually goblin last position plus offset. That's your position. And then velocity, yeah, is velocity. I'll try this world duration. Okay, let's try this out. Okay. That's interesting for sure. Does not look very good. It actually works though. It does spawn on me and it follows me. There's a lot that's wrong with it. Yeah, there's a lot that's wrong here. For one, the duration of this thing, when you spawn it like this, 2000 is way too much. That might be all that's wrong with it. I'll go for like 200 duration. Maybe. And then I'm not going to do this yet, but I think I want to offset the yaw based on the X offset so that it spreads out from your body and doesn't go exactly straight. Okay, that's actually kind of okay. It's... something doesn't look right about it. I think because it's playing through its own animation so fast. So maybe I have to change the duration of it. I have to change the duration of it, and I think the velocity offsets have to be random. Yeah, that looks actually good. Wow, I'm surprised that looks good. To be honest. Alright, so that looks good. Let's randomize my speed. Random gets 0 to 1 open times. I'm gonna go for this value. This is the speed multiplier, so we do 1 plus basically... that might be too much, but when I played it just then, it looked like it was exactly sticking to me, by the way. So I don't actually want to increase the speed much at all. If any? So maybe I'll try 0.25 minus 0.75, so it can go from 0.5. I mean, why am I complicating it so much? Just go from 0.5 to 1.25. It's just this. Okay, we'll try that next. And that actually should affect... I don't know how. I don't know how, but this should actually affect your duration. So if it goes slower, I would expect it lasts. Actually, I actually don't know. It would make sense if it goes slower, it lasts less time, but at the same time, that would mean it falls even further behind. Let me just try 1.0 for now, so actually nothing, but let me stick it in here. So like what seems intuitive of what I would want the wind to do doesn't match what I think the visuals should do. That looks like something. I think it looks better. I think this is maybe too much of a random offset that I'm giving it. Maybe. So I'm gonna let it go up to 1.0 only now. 0.75 to 1.0. I guess I will try a same thing. Let's just try exactly that. So if it's slow, wait, I did it wrong, right? I meant 1.0 minus. So if it's slow, in which case this wording is not correct. Random. So if the speed goes up, the time goes down. So when it's slow, the time is long. Looks okay. I think actually it could speed up. So there's a couple things here. Yeah, couple things. This 0.4 is in fact seemingly not enough, so I would try 0.3 because it wasn't reaching the edges of my body. That might not even be enough. I'm just going to try 0.4 right off the bat. We'll see how that goes. And then I think it can speed up. So I'm going to say don't exactly know. Goes from 0.7 to 1.1. Okay. I'm just picking some random values. This one can go from 1.0 to 0.7. Okay. Looks okay. I think the lifetime of these might not be random enough still. I mean, it's exactly the same values now. Okay, if it's the same values, I'll just modify the random multiplier and use that, but we'll see how this looks. So the thing is, to me, it looks like they're all kind of ending at around the same time. Looks okay. It looks like it covers enough of my body width now, too. Oh, that doesn't do it. What? Why didn't that one do it? Oh, that's unarmed dash. So how do you actually dash? Hang on. There's another dash. It's this. So when you're doing this dash... Ah, shit. If you are stab dashing, right? Then, if you're a client, you do this. Otherwise, no matter what, you apply the wind. So that has to be exactly what happens here. And I realize this because the other dash also does not do this. Okay, so that one's fixed. These will work even if you're not a client rendering this code. Now, oh, that's fine. Okay. So I guess I will just adhere to damaging dash. So same thing. Damaging dash is a bad name. And then if you are damaging dashing, spawn things. So I actually don't need to do this, by the way. I'm literally just passing in the length of your speed, so who cares? I already have the goblin. So the speed, which is this, is then just the length of your speed times 0.5. Okay. And then you... Yeah, whatever, that's fine. I don't care to optimize a normalize. True. I didn't think about that. Okay, well, that's true. That's my thread safety meta program. Telling me I'm doing unsafe stuff, and I am. So before I was locking a client mutex to do this, which is fine, that is safe. There's only one client. So I guess all I really have to do is say, just make a mutex. Because all I have to do is kind of make this adding into this array safe. That's all that matters. So just initialize it when this gets initialized, I guess. And I'm gonna add a function here. Synchronous lock. And then you just do it. So this function is thread safe. I guess I'll add it after. Because it locks the mutex. And yeah, this is fine, I think, because this is the only thing that can be called from a thread. And so it's also the only thing that ever locks the mutex. Nothing else can ever be called from a thread, so there's no risk of anything else messing this up. Okay, so this is all just synchronous. Now it works, because I'm locking the mutex. Cool. That looks good, actually. I think they might not sometimes be fast enough, because I see them falling behind my body. That look cool. Not all of them should fall behind my body, so I can do something about that. What do I do about that? The random speed multiplier should be more than this, so like 0.5. And so I am using these for both values. So we will do this. Now there's a chance they maybe stay more aligned with my body, so faster. Yep, look better. They occasionally fall behind, they occasionally stay with me. When I turn really drastically, they kind of spin out. That's cool. Nice. All right. What now? This is done. Now there is kind of justification to try and allow the velocity to change with weapons, but with how much I saw it lagging earlier, just with having like 10,000 on the screen, which I guess is a lot, I don't really want to do that. Because in order to do that, I'd have to track them in a binary tree, which is fine, but then every frame for every one of these, I'm updating the proxy in the binary tree. So I'm just, it doesn't really matter. What? Okay. So, particles when you dash, except I forgot to do it for the warrior. But like this method though, this is what I want to be doing for everything. This method is so simple. It just automatically does everything. It takes a goblin, that's it. So the warrior, wait, no, the archer can also dash. Okay, kind of. So if you're dashing, so same thing. Do the stuff. If your client actually dash, I don't know what all this is. So there we go. Now he does it. Lastly, yeah, that looks fine. Lastly, archer. So if you're grappling, let me copy this. Grappling is what I'm thinking about here. I think if you are grappling, I can assume you're going fast, because the game tries to push you up to going fast. So there's a lot of stuff to this, holy shit. Okay, this bit. If you're moving, which that can be, that's probably a fine number actually. So this is all. If you're moving, spawn it. That should be all I have to do. And this is not even client locked. It's not anything. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's not. Okay, good. So this should work also. So warrior should get little dashes, and for the archer, it's gonna be a lot, because his dash lasts quite a while. So that'll be interesting to watch. Okay, wait. You. Looks good. Maybe the density of it should be based on your speed or something. Okay, now archer. Well, it's fine. Yeah, you just can basically not even see it, but that's fine because the smoke is so extreme. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, it matches what I'm doing in the game now, so that's what's important. This is now what we do when you go fast, and so when you go fast, that's what you do. Okay. You know what might be interesting also to look at? If I grapple, like, right here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so the dashes actually, like, fly out from me. Oh, the last thing I was thinking about trying... I guess I'll say this is done. Task done, dash... I think I also actually have to stop streaming. Yeah, I do. So I'll do this last thing and stop, because I got groceries delivered I have to put up 30 minutes ago. Whoops. So the last thing is I have this X offset. X offset strength will be this random number times 2 minus 1, and so the actual X offset is 0.8. But I don't know. What is this supposed to be? It's supposed to go between negative 0.4. Okay. So you just take this strength times 0.4. That's it. So now it goes between negative 0.4 and positive 0.4. And the reason I'm doing this is then you take this x offset strength and you change the yaw. I'm not so confident about how to do that. Let me see if can I rotate a quaternion by a quaternion? No. So I will do it myself. So it's going to be something like make a rotation quaternion around the y-axis, right? Y-axis of x offset strength, which is a big number. I'm going to multiply by 0.5. So this is between 0.5 and negative 0.5 and 0.5, which is kind of like negative 45 degrees and positive 45 degrees. So I don't know exactly what to do. So I'm going to try this first. I might actually have to multiply this by the conjugate. In fact,
Job's done.
hey, finding
How
focus
long is the
dev.
key raffle?
Thanks for the sub. I am going to, it's until the game comes out because I don't think I'm even capable of giving out keys until the game is out. That's my plan. We'll see if it works. I don't actually think it's working so far. Spent like fucking 12 hours setting this up too. Okay, so when I dash generically, I did not see it do anything. Yeah, I don't see it working at all. Is it doing anything? Oh, this is supposed to affect the velocity. Whoops. Wait, that's so much easier though. Do you have a launch window yet, just out of curiosity? Launch window will be after Steam Next Fest in October. So that gives me, it'll either be November or December. Probably November is what it should be. So I can rotate my velocity by this now. So this is actually so much easier of math. This should just work. Yeah. Super cool, yeah. I mean, hopefully it works out. Like, the game is, I'm kind of just polishing a shit ton of stuff as I go. Okay, let's see if that worked. It did something. It's not right. You can see they kind of spread out everywhere. I wanted it to be the opposite of that, so I'm just gonna try this. It looks like they're forming like a triangle. I want them to open up from a triangle, if that makes sense. Okay, wait, so that's not right either. Okay, so I've decided I can't do this. Those were my two options. I thought... So this was right. I thought because I'm going slower than my character, if I rotate them to face inwards... Yeah, I mean, I guess they're not going backwards is the thing. They're still going forward, so the triangle's going to close no matter what. Well... I kind of want it then. I don't want it to go backwards, but... Maybe... I have one more idea. This would maybe work. Instead of rotating the velocity, I could add to this. I've already... Actually, I guess I have to... I'm gonna wing it for now. So it's gonna be the cross product of... This is fine. Of velocity and up. I don't know what direction that is, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's right. It's going to the right. I don't know if it's right or left. And then I will add back to this thing times, yeah, like 0.5, yeah. We'll try this. That is actually the right effect, but why is it... Oh. This is stupid as fuck to do then. I'm gonna try it because this is what I'm imagining in my head, but now it doesn't make any sense. Direction, velocity... Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. So, this is velocity minus this. Meanwhile, velocity afterwards gets this added to it. Okay, so it doesn't make any sense, but what's happening is towards the edges of your body, the little swirlies are going to move out away from you, but they're going to face into you. So like they're getting pushed away from each other is what I'm imagining here. Okay, so when you do this, I have to have an optional thing here. So it's going to start out as nothing. Uh-oh. Can't even do that because they always face the direction they're going. And so, you know what? Fine, I'm going to override it for now. I have them having a velocity in the first place because I can remove that because I wanted to be able to affect them with your weapons. Now it doesn't matter as much. It would be cool still, though. But okay, let's do this real quick. If x direction velocity is nothing, then velocity else direction velocity. So when I calculate the rotation, I am going to get it around its direction. That's all. Technically, this probably should work. What did I do wrong here? Win Manager 97. That is actually how I was imagining this. I don't know if it looks good. It might be too extreme, right? Let's try 0.2. I don't think that really... it's hard to say if that improved it. Oh, not that. Give me that back. I don't know, man. I don't think it improved it enough to keep this weird-ass code I just wrote. That's the thing. Okay, so I'm just going to remove it because the code is so weird. Like, it's rotating it in one way and forcing it to go in another, and it removes the genericness of the entire system, which is a property I can use later to do interesting things if I want to. So that's why I'm removing this. Currently, it does nothing, right? That it's so generic. But, like, for example, it would be actually... I could do it in, like, 20 minutes where you swing your sword and the wind gets rotated away from your sword. And I might do that actually. Maybe tomorrow on stream because it's fun to do. But I do... Let me make it run one more time. Okay. Yeah, this looks like almost the same, to be honest. Okay. Cool. Is my shift key messed up? I keep not typing shift key. All dashes have wind particles. One last thing I'm going to look at before I have to go bring in my melting groceries is the mountain map I added very fast wind particles to. Oh, the mountain map is going to be like super fucked actually. Yeah. Because it uses the level AABB to do the math. I cannot figure out how to enter the giveaway. I added public to my profile. It didn't work. I'll be sure to try again next time. There's a chance it's broken, running focus dev. I have some other reports of it not working, so I'm gonna check it out tonight. And I'll also look at your profile when I try to fix it. So yeah, I really wanted to see what the particles did on this map, but like the bounding box of this map is so gigantic. Yeah, not great. So really the way to fix that, which I'm not going to do right now, is I have to add more data into the level of the bounds of where I want all this stuff to spawn. Oh, that's a bug. I forgot about this bug. I need to fix this. Well, I guess I will never know, because the chance of me finding one of these particles is so small. They're somewhere, though. Oh well. I guess I can debug this once I fix the bounding box. Did you create the entire map all by yourself? No, I contracted the maps out. I did do, well, they're also, these two maps in particular are inspired by maps from Fat Princess, but they're very different. But I did the design of the maps, and then I did a lot of iterations on the layout of the map, and then I contracted out the final art assets, like the final polish of the map, to an artist. And there is the mountain map is clearly still being finished. And then we're gonna have dungeon map. That doesn't exist yet. And then we will have more maps depending on Kickstarter, most likely. Okay, that's all I'm doing on stream because my groceries are turning bad as I speak outside. So let me try and find someone to host. Is there anyone I follow? About Dragon's doing some more stuff. Maybe him. Is there anyone doing Jai though? Get them groceries. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, no problem. I am once again the only one with Jai in their title. Thanks for the follow. Well, god damn it. I'll host Mudbound Dragon. I like Mudbound Dragon. He's a cool guy, works on cool stuff. As soon as I get Jai, I'll join you streaming it. Thank you. I can finally host someone consistently. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow with... I'm going to stream longer tomorrow, and I'm going to do Ability Collision and whatever the other thing was I said today that I didn't do. But Yep. I didn't stream much today. Tomorrow will be a lot more. Goodbye.